Well, this is a video I never thought I'd be making, and one that I really feel sad because this is one of my favorite places in the whole world.
Looking out my window in the morning only to find a haze over the bustling city is never a good sign. The thick smog laying across the horizon makes it difficult to even see nearby mountains that on a typical day would bring instant joy to any observer. It's days like these that make it a struggle to get out of bed and join the masses on their way to work or perhaps appointments they've made. Crowds are never really fun, but especially difficult when the air you're breathing makes you sick.
I'm so glad to be off that train. I could barely breathe. Forgot how busy it gets at rush hour. It's just a little bit wet this morning. It's been raining, but I think it is kind of slowing up now, so I might not need the umbrella too much longer today. And that is honestly not the worst of the weather, though. As I walk around today, the one thing I really want to talk about is the air pollution here. It's not the easiest subject to broach, especially because it can bother a lot of people. But it's one that I think doesn't get talked about enough, especially when it comes to Seoul. A lot of people always talk about China, and that has been historically true. But they have cleaned up their act a lot. So it's really surprising to me when it seems so much more polluted here than there. Now, everything I'm going to talk about here is from my own experience, and I want you to know that I've lived in two of the biggest cities in the world here in Asia, one in Beijing, China, and I've also lived in Seoul. And I've done this for the last 25 years. I've been here on and off. So everything I'm going to say comes from my own perspective, but also experience that hopefully you're not just going to say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because I really do. I've been here long enough to experience it. And what I want to start off by saying is in Beijing, China, back in 2005 when I first went, they had such a bad problem with air pollution. I mean, you'd be coughing, the sky was always gray. It was rare that you ever had what they call a blue sky day. But since 2008, after the Olympics, they really did a lot to clean up the city. And now if you go back there in 2025, 2026, you're going to notice that it isn't that bad. They also switched to electric everything, which was good. So all the cars there, all the buses, they're all electric. In fact, you can barely hear them when they're on the road. Now, Korea, where I am today, here in Seoul, I came here for the first time in 2000, and I really fell in love with it. And I didn't notice that much pollution, honestly. I mean, there is some. It's a massive city, obviously, but it didn't seem to be too bad. And over the years, it just kind of got worse, especially in the springtime. And I remember hearing from people, oh, that's just because China's nearby, and that's the dust from the desert over there making its way over here, and Chinese pollution making it over here, and that's why they had these really bad times in the spring especially. I will say there is some truth to that, but at the same time, Korea has never advanced their green energy. They haven't really moved over to all electric like China. There are some, but for the most part, buses and cars here are still diesel and gas powered. And there's still a lot of coal used to produce energy here. Which again, all these things and the size of the city, the massive population, it makes it really hard to maintain kind of that clean air standard. The good thing is we can actually measure the air quality with the AQI, Air Quality Index, and that measures all over the world, so you can actually see what it's like. Here today in Seoul, the air quality index is over 300. And I want to tell you right now, between 0 and 60 is air quality that's pretty good. But anything over 60 and it's bad. So when it's over 300 here, it's really bad. And I realized yesterday I started coughing, and I know exactly why. It's because I was outside. When the air is this bad, though, there are only a few things you can do to really protect yourself, and that is wear a mask outdoors, which I thought about doing today, but I realized I couldn't find one. I can probably pop into like a 7-Eleven and grab one anyway, but that's so, I'm not breathing in that really dirty air. I can also stay indoors. That's a big one. When I was living in Beijing, again, back in 2005, there were a lot of days when they would tell people not to leave their homes, keep the windows shut. There were days when schools were canceled because the air was so bad that they didn't want people outside, especially children and older people. But this is not a problem that just exists in these two massive cities. It exists in big cities all over the world, whether they're in Asia, Europe, North America. This is something that they all suffer from, and something that they're all going to need to figure out how to fix. All right, well, I'm kind of going around to different neighborhoods, and this one is called Gangnam. Very popular place, known for a lot of shopping and nightlife, and kind of almost a Times Square-y vibe. But this is south of the river here in Seoul. This neighborhood is also really known for its tall buildings and skyscrapers all over the place. I'm here today doing something I never thought I'd ever do, and that's going to a skin clinic called Shine Beam. But when in Korea, when in Rome, they love image and skincare here. I'm honestly a little bit nervous in here because this is the most foreign thing I've ever done in my whole life. I don't even wash my face most nights. So they told me I need to wash my face. I think I remember how to do this. It's been a while. So now I'm just waiting to get seen, and I think they're going to test my skin and see how old it is. So that should be fun. And then I get some kind of treatment afterwards. I hope it's not a needle. Okay, now I'm filling out some kind of survey. And your name. Probably should put my real name. I'm going to stick my head in this machine that's going to tell me how old I really am. How bad is it?
Not bad, really. Only 5 years older than your age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because people normally have like a 10 or 15.
Oh, okay.
I can tell that it's a really good result, though.
Oh, I don't even wash my face.
Oh, that's good to know. So that's why you have really dry skin.
Okay.
Your skin type is classified as a dry skin.
Mhm.
Yeah, so overall of your skin part is pretty dry, and then your skin tone is like a cool undertone with a natural skin.
Okay.
But I can check. Yeah, I can see that like you have like some like aging problems here. The firstly, the crossfade.
Right.
So have you tried any like Botox before?
No, I don't think I want any needles though.
Right.
So
So just like a you can just keep that in mind that you have a little like more wrinkles here.
okay,
So you
right.
need to apply more like eye cream.
Yes. Okay.
But you have a little more fine.
As I listened to my consultant
Okay.
explain the results of the imaging scan, I had just one thought on my mind. They know my face better than I do.
Alright, so I just got the skin analysis done, and they told me that I'm not doing too bad because I only look 5 years older than I actually am, and they told me that most men look 10 to 15 years older. So I'm doing something right, I don't know. And now I'm just waiting for the scary procedures they're going to perform. Well, here's the big reveal. What do you think? After having my face massaged with creams and face mask, laser, few needles, and I should look about 20 years younger, yeah? Maybe, I don't know. Well, thanks for listening to me rant and rave today about the air pollution. It is getting a little bit better this evening, and tomorrow it should be a lot better. A lot of rain, a lot of wind came through to help kind of move the air along, but it is still a serious concern, and it's something you should take into account if you're planning to visit this city. I would just say if it looks like it's going to be really bad, wear a mask or get inside and do something indoors. Any of the malls, go to a cafe. That's usually my go-to. But as always, stay safe, healthy, and happy wherever you are. And remember to mask up in those times when the air is really bad. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.